Kia ora everyone, Lewis here with the National Weather Forecast. Starting off with the satellite and radar, there is a feature that we're tracking today. This cold front moving up over the South Island. It's moving very quickly, bringing with it some very gusty winds, also a number of lightning strikes, mainly offshore, but that risk does extend onshore. So there is going to be some quite intense rainfall as it moves through, potentially even some hail as well. So that is the thing that we are tracking today. There are a few strong wind watches in force for that. So this northern one covering the Hawke's Bay is going to be for mainly the westerly winds that are ahead of that front, but the coastal area will be covered in the evening as that southerly moves up. The Kaikoura coast 1 to 4 p.m, so that's just covering that risk of when it may pass by. We might see wind gusts up to around that 100km/h mark. A very similar story for Wellington and the Wairarapa coast. Between 3 and 6 p.m, best guess for Wellington at this point does look to be around that 3:30 to 4 p.m, so hopefully it will last, it won't arrive until after school pickup, but that is something to be aware of. And also marine conditions will be quite dangerous around that time. It is going to be quite a quick change, so that wind will drop off in speed quite quickly afterwards, but it is something to be aware of. If you want more details on that, head to the warnings page on metservice.com. Looking at the rest of the weather today, so this is that southerly front we're moving. It's really zooming up the country. That is going to bring some colder air spreading in across the country, but we can see basically by the end of the day it is cleared, and as we move into the overnight period we're seeing a lot more clear skies around the South Island, even parts of the North Island as well. So that is going to mean quite a chilly start to Tuesday. We are expecting frosts around these eastern areas and central areas of the South Island. As we head into the North Island, it is again going to be that Taupo region that will be the coolest, but there are temperatures hanging around that normal degree for this time of year. And as we move through the rest of Tuesday, that weather quickly is on that easing trend. We do hold on to a bit of cloud and southerly winds across the east coast of the North Island. There will be some moisture in that as well, but we can see by the time we get to the end of Tuesday, skies are going to be pretty clear around the country, and we do have this high pressure system sitting out in the Tasman, which will be slowly moving onshore and bringing better weather through the middle of the week. So just zooming in on the North Island, we can see that cloud, or the southerlies bringing cloud and a bit of moisture into those eastern and southern areas of the North Island. But generally, skies are going to be pretty clear as we move up the North Island. Just a bit of cloud on those southerly winds hanging around Northland. But as we move into that afternoon and evening period, we can see that breaking up a little bit. So that is going to mean another cool morning as we move through into Wednesday. So this is showing the overnight temperatures as well. So the highs are kind of around the low teens for the southern half. We're getting up into the mid-teens as we move further north. But we can see those overnight temperatures are going to be, again, very cool. Taupo going for a -3, 2 degrees over at New Plymouth, 1 degree here in Napier. So again, another chilly start as we move into Wednesday. And zipping down into the South Island, it's a very similar story really. There is a little bit of cloud lingering in the east. It's probably going to miss most of the main centres. It does just look like Banks Peninsula could see some cloud, maybe even some showers as well. And around the southern coast we're seeing a bit more cloud build up and potentially some rain for Stewart Island, but not too much of that moving on to the mainland. And once again, by the time we get to the end of the day, it is looking like pretty clear skies as we head into nighttime. So it is going to be, again, another frosty morning on Wednesday morning. So the daytime temperatures for Tuesday, really sitting around that mid to low teens across the board. And we're going to see frosts again along those eastern parts of the coast and also into parts of Central Otago and Queenstown Lakes, even actually spreading up into the likes of Blenheim, going for a 0 degree overnight into Wednesday. And we'll just take a quick look at Wednesday. We can see that high pressure starting to take more of effect over the country. So Wednesday does look like it will be a day of mostly settled weather around the country. Just a little bit of rain ticking up in the southwest of the South Island. That's all from me. For more information, head to metservice.com.